All right, adding fractions. Something that holds my students back. I think a lot of students, if they don't understand how to add fractions, it makes algebra very, very difficult. So very strong understanding of how to add fractions is needed because when you start adding algebraic fractions, and if you can't add normal fractions, you're in trouble. So hopefully this video will explain a little bit about that. Imagine we had a problem that said, all right, what's 1/3 plus 1/4? What I want to do is think about that visually to begin with. Let's look at this 1/3. If I was to represent that using what's called a bar model or using these bars here, hopefully you would agree that this pink shaded area represents 1/3 of the total amount. So we've got 1/3 here. For the 1/4, well, we can break the single unit up into quarters, and then this would represent 1/4. Okay, but now I've got a bit of a problem because one of them has a denominator of 3 and one has a denominator of 4. So if we wanted to add them together, we're not really comparing apples with apples. So what we need to do is get what's called common denominators. So what that's going to look like is like this. You can see this bar on down the bottom still represents one whole unit, but you can see that it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bits that it's made up of, or 12 parts. So we could say that the denominator is out of 12 here. Okay, so what we can do is, all right, let's shade in an equivalent amount of 1/3, but on the bar with 1/12. So you'd agree that this is 1/3. So we can see that 1/3 corresponds to 1, 2, 3, 4 twelfths. Okay, and then let's put the 1/4 in. So let's put that down there. So that corresponds to 1, 2, 3 twelfths. So now everything's out of twelfths. We've got 4 twelfths plus 3 twelfths. So what we get is this 4 twelfths plus 3 twelfths, which now we just add the numerators. So the numerator is the number on top. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and it's still all out of 12. One of the most common errors I see is students add the denominators. You just add the numerators and you leave the denominator the same because you can see here you've got a total of 7 twelfths. Okay, let's have a look at how we could come up with that idea of 12. Why did I pick 12? Well, this is what's this idea called the lowest common multiple, or the LCM. So a multiple of a number is just like your times tables of that number. If we took the multiples of 2, there'd be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. So in our case, the lowest common multiples we're interested in are the multiples of 3 and 4. So the multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and so on. Multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Okay, now we need the lowest common multiple. So the lowest number that's in both lists. Hopefully you can see that the lowest number is 12. Okay, the lowest number there is 12. So that's why I picked 12 to break the bar up into. Okay. All right, in terms of a procedure that you could follow, because maybe we're not going to be able to always draw down the diagram and think about the lowest common multiple, what we could always say is the following. You can always find a multiple by multiplying 3 times 4, because if you multiply 3 by 4, well, it's going to be in the list of multiples of 3, and it's also going to be in the list of multiples of 4. Now, it might not be the lowest common multiple, but it'll definitely be a multiple. So what we can do is as follows. So if we have the same problem, follow a procedure. All right, we take this 4 on the bottom, multiply it by the 1. So it's 1 by 4 on 3 by 4. And then take this 3, multiply it on top and bottom of the other one. So it's 1 by 3 1 by 3 over 4 by 3. So if we simplify this, we get 4 twelfths. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 3 twelfths. 1 times 3, 4 times 3. And we get the same answer, obviously. We get 7 twelfths. So that's how we can add fractions when we've got unlike denominators, when the denominators aren't the same. Okay, let's see if you can apply that understanding and see if you can try this problem. See if you can evaluate 1/6 plus 1/3. Let me know how you go. Good luck.